It was
He
a stall
asked that.
tactic, though. It was a stall tactic. It
No,
wasn't.
it
It
Right,
ain't have
wasn't.
nothing
right,
to do
No,
right.
it
about
wasn't.
changing
He
nothing.
didn't know any better not to because he'd always been getting guaranteed money. Now he's gonna come over to
So,
PBC who not giving guaranteed money. So he switched to okay, but I'm not gonna get what's guaranteed. Let me see those books.
so he asked to see the books and
Hmm.
so-called got what he
That's
want, but he didn't see the books though, so he didn't see or get what he
Because
wanted.
what happened is, I'm glad we on this point. When they weren't going, they didn't really want to deal with Terrence in the first place. Let's be very clear. PBC never wanted Terrence on in the
Al
stable because he
Al Heyman didn't
doesn't.
want him neither.
Say it again now.
Al Heyman didn't want him neither.
I'm saying I'm talking
Bob
about
Arum didn't
PBC.
want him. Bob
Bob
Arum didn't
Aaron,
want the nigga neither.
Bob Aaron was stuck with Bud, and he kept Bud because he didn't have to resign Bud. Bud resigned with Bob because PBC did not want him, and PBC was not going to pay him guaranteed money. The only place he had to go was back to Bob Arum in the first place. So that's why he never the first time when his contract was up. PBC wasn't going to give him what Bud was giving him. He knew that. And so you got to stay where you are. That's what he did. Now,
Hey,
when
he
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 got
would have
more
made
money
more
with
money with
PBC
PBC.
than he made
only
with Bob.
because he had to learn, but he didn't learn that then. That was the problem. He didn't learn all of that until he actually got over to this anomaly, I'm going to say, with BLK. BLK knew less about boxing than Bud did. So it was easy for whatever money got paid, although it bankrupt BLK, whatever money got paid is what was put on the table. He learned a few things. He comes back. He talks to Spence again. Bud learned a lot of game during that period. But because of what he did and how he went about it, it was completely disruptive to the point that PBC still did not want Bud. And it was only because Earl refused to take
Hey,
any more fights until he got this fight with Bud was that fight made. So
it
Bud was correct by saying
I'm glad
the
you.
fight would not have happened without Earl. But
I think if
PBC,
you
And I'm glad you said that as a real
Yo,
quick, real me quick, Ross. I'm glad you said that on Mr. G because there's a lot of Bud fans that say different. That it wouldn't have happened uh, except through Bud. I'm glad you said that. You said
no,
that the fight would not
I
have
honestly
happened
say that fight would
except.
not have happened. But and Bud said, and I say it as well. The fight wouldn't have happened if Earl hadn't had to say, okay, I'll go ahead and take the fight with
And EJ was
what's
waiting
his
for
name?
Bud, right? That's what I'm trying. And EJ was waiting for Bud, like you just said. He was
Not
waiting. The time
EJ.
that he was waiting.
Who did beat PBC? What
No, I'm saying you said EJ wanted to make the fight with EJ wanted to make the fight with Bud, right? That's
correct,
why he
correct.
was waiting. He was waiting to make the
Right.
fight
He
with Bud.
wasn't
A
gonna
lot
take
of people
no other
saying
fight.
different. That
Well, that's not
no
true.
other fight, right? I'm
No,
glad
he
you
wasn't
said
gonna
that.
take no other fight. And that is the only reason why PBC finally
hey,
had to bend. And they were still telling EJ, don't do this fight because they never wanted him. As a matter
right,
of
but look at
fact,
him.
when Bud was still at top rank, there was no way in the world that he and EJ was going to fight as long as Bud was still over at top rank. They was not going to let EJ possibly even lose and those belts go over the Aram because every promotional company
no, no,
value has
no,
to do with how many
Listen,
belt
listen to
holders
this.
they have.
no.
Read what's
When
right there on the screen. This is probably why they took they messing with that nigga right here. Right here. This is exactly the point I say we need boxers at the
This is exactly
table.
the
And
point.
Oscar De La
I
Hoya
say we need
said,
boxing.
sit down and
Mm,
shut up. You really think we
Exactly.
planning if
I
y'all keep
said this
running
is what
things?
fighters are
mm.
doing.
He
This is
got them
what fighters
Twitter fingers and they
Fighters
snatching
are
belts
starting
from
to
this
say that,
damn crook.
and they don't want it, and they're gonna punish Bud for starting it, and that's what they're doing.
nah, dude was talking a whole bunch of crazy stuff for a long time though. This is another aspect of the trolling, if you ask me, because as long as he has a voice, he's
I'm
going to
looking
use
at
it.
what Frank
But at
said.
the same time, you have
I'm sorry.
fighting is fighting. You know what I'm saying? He's going to get a certain amount of money. Now you're making it seem like he's standing up for all boxers.
No, I didn't say that.
Right.
No,
I
I say you're making it seem. You're making it seem.
because boxers are now starting to do what De La Hoya don't want them to do.
But De La Hoya used to be a boxer, right?
Huh?
De La Hoya used to be a boxer, right?
Right.
Bernard Hopkins used to be a boxer.
You're right.
Now they may not have been doing the right thing, but that doesn't guarantee just because Bud is saying something now, if he was to become a promoter or whatever, a handler, that he would be doing the right thing.
He might.
So when he says that to me, when he says that to me, it's just a ruse. It's just something to make him look good. Because at the end of the day, his ability to again troll and keep trolling is something that he uses to his advantage. And now that all these things are coming out, and he feels like he's being trolled, and he can't even handle it. And all of us as adults have been accused of things that we've never done before, weren't even thinking about doing, and we handled it a certain way, like hey, to the point where it's nothing. And now he's a boxer, he's a professional, he has a lot of professional people, supposedly a lot of professional people around him that can tell him, hey, look, this is going to happen if you beat Spence. This is going to happen. And he doesn't have either he doesn't have the type of people around him for him to that's going to tell him that, for him to understand that, or it's actually true. So
I think I missed something. Are you saying this is about Bud?
I'm saying, yeah, about Bud. Bud is just saying he's all over the place, basically. He's all over the place. But when it comes to certain things, as far as accusations, he can't even take it. You know what I'm saying? How you going to stand up for the boxers and you really can't even stand up for yourself?
But again, I didn't say he was standing up for boxers.
He's making it seem like that, though.
I said what he did has then triggered other boxers to do some of the same things that he was trying to do.
What other boxers?
But I didn't say Bud was trying to stand up for boxers. That's
what other boxers, though?
Hey, let me say something real quick. Hold on one second. That little nigga Chimpy or Chumpy. Hey, fam, get up off of here with that racist shit. Straight up. This is a black channel. If you don't like it, get the hell on. It's just that simple. All right, y'all can go back.
Okay. I said that boxers are now trying to play businessman before they're correct, before they're ready. A case in point was, I think it was Devin Haney sending thinking he can send a contract to a Shakur.
Yeah. They was going back and forth.
The people who are in charge are not the fighters still. The only person who's close to being able to call shots right now that's boxing today is Canelo. Nobody else.
Yeah, but boxers, I ain't gonna say boxers bring that on themselves. A lot of them know they're dealing with contracts, but
right?
They don't know how to read contracts. They
don't know what they're doing yet.
Right, exactly. Floyd Mayweather
was even worse.
Right, but Floyd Mayweather, he said, you know what? I'm gonna pay for these particular people to go, as far as paying a lot of things for cats to go through actual law school to help him. So in other words, even if they're doing something else, he knows he has somebody people he could depend on around him because he supported them. You know what I'm saying? In so many different facets. Bud, in my opinion, is like, again, he's trolling, he's saying this, he's saying that, and he's using that. The people who, I should say, people who likes Bud are using that to make it seem like he's really trying to change things for the better or coming off. No, I don't believe that.
Again, that's not what I'm saying. Bud was doing what he was doing for himself.
Right, but when
he disrupted everything about how you put together.
When he asked for the books, did you actually believe that was from his heart? Or it might have been from Kenahan. It might have been from Aaron.
It could have been. But the fact of the matter is that he asked and he got rebuffed because how dare a fighter ask that?
He didn't. No, that's not why he got rebuffed. He got rebuffed because he never asked Aaron for that information.
Because Aaron was giving him guaranteed money.
Aaron was giving guaranteed money. What did he say was that guaranteed money was? 6%. That's not
whatever it was. That's what he thought he was supposed to get. I just told you. Nobody seems to hear everything. Bud didn't know what he was doing. So he came at Al Heyman based on what he actually had been happening to him, which was he was getting guaranteed money. He knew this fight with him and Spence would be a little bigger than any fight he has ever had. So he asked for more of a guarantee. and he didn't get it.
But we don't know what that more is yet. Do we
It
know what that
doesn't
more?
matter. It
So
could be
we,
a
but
dollar.
no, the reason
It
why,
could be $1 more. But it
no, what I'm
wasn't
saying,
he was gonna get.
the reason why I'm saying that makes a difference is because if Aaron is giving you, like he said, 6%, and he's saying, well, I want 10%, and we know that's not what he wanted. He wanted like 50. You know, he wanted 50. He wanted to go from 6% to 50%. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
you good.
He's and it's like you're basically insulting the business as well as the sport, because all you had to do was basically say, look, all I want what you would the average, not the average, I say I want something whereas for my that could compare to my last 3 fights put together. You know what I'm saying? In other words, that would be like 18%. You know what I'm
But
saying?
you
Or
sound like
4
you know what you're doing, though, right?
me.
Yeah, the way you sound, way you're talking, you sound like you know what you're doing. I just said Bud didn't know what he was doing. That's how things got messed up in the first place. He got lucky, and this was a lucky that BLK came along. That's all it was. It was pure luck. BLK was nowhere to be seen before then. Bud got lucky with that, but he learned a few things from the debacle from the first negotiation to this easier negotiation with BLK because they knew even less.
Hold on.
He got
I
whatever
hear you,
money
but
there.
remember, he was trying to sway Earl to be with BLK.
Okay,
Remember?
No,
Remember?
he wasn't trying to get him with BOK. He said he
Yes,
had some hedge fund guys
no, he said we
that
can
wanted to
do
give
this.
him
He said we
50.
could do this. You could cut out this person. We could do
Yeah, that
this.
was before BLK. That
No,
he
that
said
was
some
the
hedge
BLK.
fund dude. No, that wasn't
That-
BOK. That deal he was talking about.
So
well,
what was
that wasn't
okay?
going to happen with Earl
He said
anyway.
some
Earl,
hedge fund
yeah, the
guys.
hedge funds. None of that was going to happen because Earl was solidly with
With Al, he
CBC.
wasn't
That none
buying
of
it.
that was going to happen. But yeah, Bud could ask to do this. Bud could suggest that, but Bud had to learn. I've been saying this. I'm not saying nothing I have not said before. This ain't nothing new for me. I said Bud didn't know what he was doing.
So Bud know what he's doing now.
No, he don't know what he's doing because if he had known what he's doing, this debacle wouldn't be where it is now.
Okay,
He
so
wouldn't be back with Bob.
if
Hey,
he still doesn't know what he's doing,
somebody got an
how?
echo on their stuff.
Yeah, somebody's got the feedback.
What up, Terence?
Sante, yeah, I think
Hey,
it's
Ross, I
Sante.
wanted to tell you, I seen a message on my StreamYard that some Android users may have an issue with an echo because something going on with.
Yeah, they say use a headphone.
Okay.
Wow.
Is that me echoing?
Yeah, I think when I let you in.
I think that's a sign thing.
Okay.
It might be an issue with or without the headphones. I don't know.
Nah, because we was having it early. I read something say put your headphones on.
Asante, you misrepresenting, bro. With the headphone.
I hope Asante done recuperated.
Hey,
From
shout
what?
out to the new channel member, Dink Dink, man. Appreciate your
Shout
support,
out to
man.
you.
Yeah, let's get to it. We got Greg over here online going to bat for the Terence Crawford fans.
That's
Well,
tonight.
right.
you know that's how I get down.
Oh, he's a
That's
Crawford
right.
I
fan.
think some people ask, why do you go on a channel where they're not Terence Crawford fans? Why would I not go on a channel that
Right. We gotta educate them, G Money.
you
I don't know about all that.
You supposed
About
to
maybe
We
come on
gotta
a channel?
educate them,
You
G
trying to
Money.
miseducate the ones that don't know, but the
Yeah,
ones
We
that know
gotta
you can't.
educate them, G
you
Money.
supposed
No,
to
y'all
come
just
on a channel
convinced.
where there's opposition. That's why everybody
Yeah.
can learn. I mean,
Indeed. I agree with that.
go somewhere where everybody's saying the same thing, and plus it ain't no fun. But
Exactly.
going
Sure
somewhere,
ain't.
Exactly.
you're supposed to do that. This is where Ross get more content from, because ain't nobody gonna be listening to everybody saying the same thing.
I mean, but you know,
Yeah.
They
but,
might well
but,
call each other on the phone.
Yeah, I will say, Ross, this is one of the funnest channels I've only been on. You know which ones I've been on, the two, my girl and Marty. This is just straight fun.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, because you get to voice
You
your
got
opinion.
you got the Alsante, who actually is your Luca Braca to your boss, and
Luca was sleeping with the fishes. That was
yeah,
Asante this morning.
and
He
then
was
you
sleeping
got
with the
you got
fishes.
my girl 2 Cents. We don't see her, but we know that she's a conciliante.
She
The lawyer.
consistent. She's very consistent.
Yeah,
Hey, you know who shit two since old girl off Harlem Nights, Della Reese. That's 2 cents. That's 2 cents. That's Della Reese.
She gonna straighten you. All she gotta do is make sure you know.
real characters here, Ross.
Yeah, we got a dream team over here, Greg.
Yeah, what I like about 2 Cents is she has certain things. I just want to say this to you again, where she says it's deeper than that.
I like the fact she's structured when she when she puts stuff together. She's real
It's
structured.
deeper than that because she's doing
Yeah,
her
man.
homework. I like that.
Cause I can't
Yeah.
let them get to me. You can't let when you know
No,
what
you're
you're
not
talking about.
supposed to,
You don't
sis.
get all emotional. People don't get to you. Like, man, listen,
Yeah, it's deeper than that.
And it's just like Greg said too. You're still gonna learn, because Bama's gonna hit you with some stuff you don't know. You gotta accept the fact you learn it.
Yeah, everybody
For
don't
sure.
know everything.
Hey, we need what's that nigga name? Bernie the boxer. We need that nigga over here. I need a fried egg turkey.
Yeah, we need Bernie
I need
over here.
Bernie the Muppet.
Y'all
Hey,
know what? I was
that's my
listening to
guy,
Bernie
Bernie,
live
man. I
last
like
night,
Bernie.
and I could not understand why he was going so hard on Boots. I don't get it.
Yeah, because he's a chump, and he talking about Boots shouldn't take the belt. I take it.
Why don't Bud just go back and get it?
I wouldn't
Yeah,
take it.
till
I
He
don't
might
want no
not take
belt
it. He might
given.
not take it.
He still can't do anything until he settled this difficulty with Spence. He can't tell.
Hey,
Okay.
what if they took the belt, gave it to Boots, and Crawford talking all that? What he got, it ain't worth it. I want legacy fights. Now Boots is a legacy fight. Now
This
you can
is
fight Boots and be
this is
Look
2-time
how
undefeated.
look.
But when does he
this
do that?
out.
Since
Look,
after the Spence fight?
Bud
Yeah, if he win.
Bud
but
is
what
at
I'm saying,
Oh,
this
he
is
gonna
the
win that.
hold on, Slim, because at the end of the day, Bud said he said Spence was his easiest fight, but this is the only fight in his career that's a rematch.
yeah.
There you
That
Because
dude's
go.
all over the
he
place.
don't
There you
want it.
go.
That's what
There
he
you
said.
go. Those fights were so much harder. Why didn't he give them a rematch?
Spence want it. He don't want it.
There was a
He
sign.
doesn't want it. He
No,
does.
they both. It was in the contract for both of them. If Spence would have won, he would have had a rematch to give to him. If he won, he got a
Exactly.
rematch to give to Spence.
Exactly.
We lucky.
But
We lucky.
nobody
we
wants
saw-
to see the majority of the country don't want to see the rematch.
Now
That's
at
a lie.
147, they don't.
That's a
That is
lie.
not
Come
true, bro.
on,
That's
man.
not
You
true.
hold
That's
on.
not
Hey,
true at
listen,
all.
listen. Somebody
Hold on.
on my channel
That's
said
a
that
big
Terence
lie.
Crawford fans
Do the
don't want to see the rematch,
consensus.
but
Do the
boxing fans want to see the
consensus.
Oh,
rematch
I want to
Look
because
around.
it's too much surrounding it.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Hold
First
on,
of all,
hold on.
D-Town be
Everybody
talking
calm
like
down.
his word is gold. Like that's it. No, it's
What do you
not.
think,
That's not
Luca?
true.
All right, now check this out, man. I don't believe a lot of people want to see it at 147, but people want to see that fight at 154 for the simple fact that Earl Spence ain't came out and said no reasons, nothing of why what happened. So at 154, people really thinking that nigga was drained and all this when the nigga was drugged. So by him not
Mhm.
saying nothing, by him going to 154, they'll be like, okay, he gonna look better and this and that. It's kind of like giving them motivate. They motivated to see it. They hopeful to see it at 154. 147, they gonna think the same thing gonna happen. He gonna come in there looking like that. You dig what I'm saying? They not gonna sell. The fight ain't gonna sell like that. They probably do 350,000, 400,000. That's it. Now him coming at 154, I believe he gonna sell more. The fight is going to sell. It ain't gonna sell more than what the first one did, but at the same time, it give people hope that he can be himself at 154 because everybody goes still he's drained, he's been at the weight too long and all that, all these excuses and this and that. When I think he should just beat him at 147. but ain't nobody gonna want to see that. You dig what I'm saying? Because the man keeps talking about he moving up anyway. Terence Crawford talking about he can't make the way to 147 anyway. And then Terence Crawford trying to get Spence not to make the fight. That's why I think they stripping him of them belts, because he's a backdoor, slimy, sleazy, greasy dog.
Nah. That fight was going. We lucky we saw the fight the first time. Because if Terence had signed that contract before that BLK stuff came along, the first fight on that contract would not have been Earl Spence. It would have been Thurman. And I'm glad that he walked away from it, because that's what they was trying to do a 3-fight deal, and the first fight was going to be Thurman. It was not going to be Spence. So when he came back, they had no choice, because Spence said, I'm not doing nothing until I fight him. That's what we still seem to be overlooking. The first fight would not have been Spence and Crawford if he had signed that deal the first time it came up.
Oh yeah.
If Crawford didn't duck him and fight David Avenesian, Spence would have been beat him up. They had to get them drugs inside
That's
his
what
system.
I'm saying.
And work
that
the
wouldn't
thing.
happen that way. The first fight would not have been Spence.
He would have beat Spence. Would have beat the brakes up off of him if that nigga didn't duck him. If that nigga, then, and this how I'm gonna tell you why. Now watch this. This is how we know this to be a fact, because this how he looked at David Avenesian fight. He would have got beat down, Jack, to the bloody poke. That nigga had to make his muscles have muscles to fight Earl Spence.
Mm-hmm.
That's how we know. That's how we know.
Better training, better preparation.
Ain't no better training.
We ain't gonna never agree on that.
Them steroids ain't no better training.
That's steroid preparation.
If y'all believe Victor Conte is such this mad genius that he can create these steroids,
he can.
We showed you the video.
Where you're faster, you're stronger.
Montgomery and that chick already told you what they do.
All of those things that you can do, and they can't be detected. One particular steroid can't be detected. I like to cut up here, mad scientist. Do you know what Victor Conte really would be at? He would not be with athletes. He would be in a military facility.
No, he wouldn't.
He would. He would be working with
like that. Let me tell you something. He made $80 million. Nope. He made $80 million doing what he's doing.
It don't matter.
They ain't gonna pay him. The military ain't paying him no $80 million.
If he had this so-called super soldier serum, he wouldn't have had no choice. He would have been conscripted. Government would have snatched his behind.
Fighting is different than going to war.
Conte said his man's is the one who's doing most of it. He's just the one that's doing the blood test, looking for certain things, but his man's is the one who's coming up with the serums based on the results. So Conte is really just a middleman for somebody, and that person may be in the military. We don't know.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the military.
But do y'all really think that our government wants to have a whole bunch of black men who are stronger, faster, got better reaction time, can resist pain a lot more?
How can they stop it?
They can't stop it. They can't stop it anyway.
But naturally like that.
But if
we got the melanin in it.
Better than that.
The government ain't gonna let a black man do that to a white person. I know that for a fact.
They would snatch that. They would snatch Victor Conte. He'd be over in a facility right now.
If Victor Conte allowed a black person to do that to a white person,
doing that, by the way, and this goes back to as far
that's
back
not true. That's not true, Mr. G. That's not true.
What's not true?
Hold on, Mr. G. If the government, let's say government, don't want quote unquote race of strong black genetic men, you got to remember boxers are registered, so they're already owned by them.
I said they don't want
their hands are registered. So
Oh, you got to do that in any kind of combat sport.
Yeah, so
But if you're talking
they
about
own that. Go ahead.
no, I'll just get ready to say yes. You have to register. That's always been the case. But my point is that if there was such a serum that could do all of that, and that you cannot detect, it wouldn't be over with athletes.
No, but at the same,
No,
no,
but
brother
they have.
Greg, you
Yeah,
said a
Nah,
serum.
I'm calling the serum. You could call it steroids.
These Bud
There's
fans
a
are unbelievable.
there's a bunch of different things that there
Yeah,
are many different things when these guys do things. You have cats in, like Conte said, in Jamaica. You have cats in Mexico. You have cats in Europe. You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So the government ain't control. They can't just do something about it like that. It's not something whereas it's
Do you know what?
causing
I'm
deaths.
sorry. Go ahead,
Once it
finish.
starts causing a lot of deaths and stuff like that, they have to step in.
What
Go
I'm
ahead.
saying though, once again, when there's something that's that good that's out there, the government wants to have a say in it and have some control in. That's why they have so much control. What people don't realize in all the technology that's
They
out
got
there right
control
You
over
now.
said
Victor
that
Conte.
good
Yeah,
though. It may
they,
not
they,
be that good compared to what's in the military though. Compared to what they have in
we
the
don't
military, it may
know.
not be that good.
But if it's supposed to be that good, I
It may
mean,
not
once
be that
Hey,
again,
good
Greg.
compared
other
to what
countries
they
have
use
done
in the
it before.
military.
Now
Other
check
countries
this
Mm.
out,
have done
Greg.
it before. That's
Greg.
why you,
Greg.
and that's
Greg. They
yeah.
they
Go
Greg,
back.
Greg,
they tell
like,
niggas they my cousin said he smoked a stick before and said he thought he could pick up a cop. He jumped out a second story window and thought he would fly. So if that was the case, they'd take all the abominant fluid and give it to the soldiers to send them off to war because they believe they can do things that they can't normally do in a regular mindset. You
Do
see
you
what I'm
know
saying?
why they don't do that?
Why?
Read the Geneva Convention.
mm,
There was already drugs used for soldiers. The big point I want to show you is, or example, was in 1945, the kamikaze pilots who flew the planes full of bombs into the ships,
Pearl Harbor.
U.S. ships. They had a certain type of drug that they were taking that give them the courage to do that.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
if you can
The
create a
courage, the
drug,
courage,
right? Okay, that's
but
just
that
one.
has nothing to do with
This is
strength
19,
and
this
all
is
that other stuff.
1945, right? Look how much technology and drugs have improved over the years where you can do more things.
9/11.
Just look at that. You can do a
Mm-hmm.
lot more now than you could 50, 60, 70 years ago. All I'm saying is if you got something like that where you can keep your sane mind, I'm not saying you go crazy out here, but you can do all of these things because there's I mean PCP can make you crazy. I've seen that. But if there's that type of drug that's a designer drug, which is what it is, that's so well formulated that you can become a Superman and not lose your
I
darn
think
mind.
what Conte, I think Conte was explaining there are certain things that your body already has naturally that you can add to what you are certain supplements already, so will be undetectable. So it's not
You,
so
you
much
mean you mean
so
the
it's just it's
steroids, not the supplements, right?
yes. I mean, in other words, like the testosterone and two other things he was saying. But I think what he was trying to say is what he's basically saying is that people who want to cheat are very creative. Period. They're going to be extremely creative when it comes to certain things. All they got to do is know what VADA or whoever is doing the testing is looking for. And once they figure that out, then they know, like he said, how to circumvent it and make sure there's this there that is already supposed to be there, and they won't look at it like it's funny.
I'm
Mm-hmm.
not gonna say that people won't be creators and cheaters. I mean, people gonna cheat long after all of us are gone from this world. They're always going to find ways to get around the rules, to stretch things, to
So
do
you don't
things.
think Crawford found a way to get around it?
No.
He just worked.
Here- Here's the here's the one thing that y'all cannot
Greg,
let me
wow.
tell you. Here's the one thing I said this before to you that y'all can't overcome and convincing me that Crawford is cheating. There's four ways, but I'll say first, he's never gonna let his mother be right about him not being ish. Y'all can't get over that one. Cause see, y'all are
Man, look at that.
y'all are his
When that
mother in
nigga,
the
Okay,
way.
go, keep going because
when that
I'm
nigga
already
took that
past that.
car, when that nigga took that car out that garage off that rack, his mama knew he wasn't ish right
I
then and
would
there.
have taken my car off that rack. But based on what I know, I would have taken my car off
You know, there's a poster of him at AutoZone,
that
and they like, if you see this guy right here,
rack.
lock the doors.
Don't do
That was
business
like,
with him.
did you take a picture of it?
Don't do
Nah,
business with him.
it's at AutoZone, Pep Boys, Jiffy Lubes, all them joints.
But
But
eventually,
Crawford
Hmm.
if
became
murder cheating,
Crawford became
trust me,
Mr. G.
eventually
Mr.
he'll
G.
get caught
Crawford
straight out.
Craw-
Or he'll
Crawford
tell it himself,
became
or Victor Conte will say, I did it. Those are three, and the other four, the fourth one would be somebody else who got the drugs, injected him, and said, okay, I did it while he was there. So there's no way that I'm
Let's
going
narrow it down then. Let's
to
narrow it down then since you said that.
that's four ways he could
Because
be
you
busted that
said,
I would
basically, you said,
believe.
right, you said, the first of all, you said his character wouldn't allow his mother to be right about something she has said
No, I
about him.
said he would never let his mother be right.
His character, his
He told him
character,
all his life that he wasn't ish.
right? So his character,
So cheating would be that.
right? So, only thing I can say about that is, he's gonna be like, look, I'm about to make this money, mom. Shut the hell up.
Do you think his mother's still the same mother that he had when he took the belt from her? She's the same lady.
That may be true, but we all know that every day when after he won, he was trolling, right? He was trolling. He got up there. Oh, I'm 168 already, and he probably wasn't even 168 when he
And then
put
he
that
said
out.
he had challenge. Then he wanted to challenge Canelo. That's how I knew he was on the juice
He
because he
said,
was
"I'll take
feeling
a
like
test anytime.
confident.
I'll take a test anytime." You
That is
know what
the
I'm saying?
funniest thing
He
ever.
said, "I'll take a test anytime." You
Fighters
know,
always talking like that.
right?